This is truly a community of leaders that are working together to develop an aligned strategy around the growth of our ecosystem.
In Miami, it's like kind of a center for arts and tourism and hospitality and real estate and all these other industries that are converging, where like every industry ultimately will be tech enabled.
All of a sudden, what you're starting to see is this enablement of Miami founders, Miami companies. Now they have the resources that companies out on the West Coast or the Northeast have historically had.
5-10 years ago, access to funding was a lot more difficult. Our entrepreneurs were being more successful in raising from other funds outside of Miami and Florida, but not as successful with local funding. And that has been a huge shift now with all these new funders coming in.
Been here building since 2015. I think people's attention were just not in Miami. There was no blueprint in Miami. And I think that's what made it really scrappy, and you're getting a lot of different types of successful tech companies as a result of that.
What people may not know is just how many people have played a role over the years in nurturing it and laying the foundation to what it could become today, and just how welcoming of a community it still is. This like blending of newer folks with folks that have been here for a while, and to make the whole ecosystem stronger is really exciting to see.
So when I think about PR's opportunity here to be really the amplifier of the message of Miami Tech, I think that we need to have clear talking points about what the value proposition is of our community.
The more success stories we can show to demonstrate that Miami Tech, again, is executing and they're showing the results of that, the better we'll be in the long run, because that feeds that flywheel of more venture capital, better talent, more companies, more venture capital, better talent, more companies.
And I think that when you can make and you create a working environment, around optimism and enthusiasm and happiness, this is a great impact on the business and the society.
Where would you move if your quality of life was the priority and your work life was secondary?
I think Miami has more practice than any other tech ecosystem on being a platform for people to reinvent themselves, and the corollary of that is diversity.
I'm excited to see how Miami kind of sets a standard for how an ecosystem can grow and leverage its diversity, leverage the political sphere. These great conversations around how tech can be leveraged to cure some of the city's issues, like climate change, like housing, affordable housing. So how can a lot of the solutions can be derived from tech, and it's only going to take open dialogue to make sure that happens.
There have been people doing amazing entrepreneurship here for a long time. Now we think of all entrepreneurship as being tech-driven, but in fact, it comes out of a really, intrinsic Miami story around entrepreneurship that precedes tech. This is the next iteration, and with any luck and sticking with Miami's ethic, we will have many iterations to come.